Welcome back. It's great to see you again. Today I'll be reading 2 more short scary stories from Reddit. So without further ado, please enjoy the show. Every day I see my father at work. He pretends like he doesn't see me, but I know he does. I try to do the same, but that doesn't really pan out well either. When you're at work, you gotta be on top of your game. So I do my best to just get on with what I'm supposed to do and get my job done. I can feel him watching me. Good. I want him to see how different I am from him. I'm not in your shadow. I'm my own person. I know what you're wondering. Do others know he is my old man? Hard to say, really. If they don't, I have no plans to correct them. If they do, well, there's nothing I can do about it. We are all under the shadow of our parents for the duration of most of our lives, whether we like it or not. In some cases, it just happens to be more obvious than others. Our parents help us define who we are. It is only a question of whether you follow their example or run as fast as you can in the other direction. For example, if you have a drug-abusing parent who happens to murder a newlywed couple that gets stranded on the side of the road when you're only 10 years old, that might make one inclined to perpetuate a similar kind of violence. Or it might make you decide to be a prison guard so you can make sure that they and others just like them can't do it to anyone else. Much like I did. Our next story involves an old Victorian house, much like the one you see before you. Isn't the architecture just lovely? Shame I had to kill the designer, but alas, it was his time. But I digress. The house you'll be learning about today is not an average building. She doesn't always look the same, and you never know where she might be. Rest assured, you don't want to come face to face with her because you might just become her next snack. So sit back, relax, and prepare to enter the hunting house. We navigate the house with flashlights exclusively. She won't tolerate anything brighter than that. Frankly, I'm surprised she even puts up with them. I've been trapped in here for 7 years, the longest of any of us, and I'm still finding new places, new corners to haunt. Today she's lurching around a forgotten field, somewhere. Twilight's just starting to stretch the shadows out, all red and lanky. Wind's picking up too, just before everything goes quiet. That means she's getting ready. Hunting in earnest. We'll be on the lookout for stragglers, of course, them and the explorer types, the naturally nosy. For being so hungry all the time, she sure is a picky eater. We're kept here to act as her lures, and for cover. We come and go, like normal people living in a normal, if horribly run-down, Victorian. We make her presence acceptable, disarming. Sometimes we trick people into coming inside, slow-walking them into her open mouth. Never ends well. I'm sure the same will happen to us, once we fail to convince, or she finds someone more deceptive, more willing to feed her. But for the moment, we're it. She's quite the hunter, let me tell you. A real ambush predator. She always finds that special place, where there might have been a building, and right next to the sort of people she'd most like to eat. She's also a bit of a chameleon, well, more of a shapeshifter actually. She once crouched down into the form of a ruined ranch-style thing. Even sprouted a ratty little yard in a rusted swing set. Did herself all up in dirt and wood rot and clinging ivies. Sure, we've all tried to get away, at one point or another, but she follows you. Tricks you into coming back, or she eats everyone you ever loved, which makes leaving pretty pointless. I watched her pull every member of my family into the furnace, yank them right down into the heating ducts, one by one, straight into the fire. After that, the cobwebbed hollows and liquid shadows seemed perfectly suitable to me. Convivial. I don't even hear the screaming anymore. Tune it right out. Now I'm a little more than an unfeeling organ, a living adaptation built into a haunted house that hunts, kills, and eats. You know, she even grows a bit after each meal. But what really keeps me here, perhaps more than anything else, is that she's not alone. Not by a long shot. She's just a baby, sent out into the world to hone her craft. She came from a very particular city, one that never stays in one place too long, always uprooting, always shambling between open spaces. It's filled with its own decoy population, an entire city's worth. I'm sure that one day my clever girl will return home after she's proved herself and take her place on a lane lined with lurching, weather-worn monsters. That's really why I stay here. I'm safer in here than you are out there. Well, that's it for today. I hope you didn't get too scared. Tune in next time for more scary stories. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take care of something in my bomb shelter.